All right, joining us here in the Media Center here at Firebird Motorsports Park is your top fuel winner of the 40th Annual NHRA Arizona Nationals, Shawn Langdon, who wins for the second straight year here in Phoenix, going 3.724 at 330 miles an hour to defeat his teammate Doug Coletta in the final round. Also his third straight final here at Phoenix. Sweeps the weekend, wins the Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge on Saturday, follows it up with his 20th career win today. Shawn, just an epic performance there in the final round. You guys dialed up something pretty special there. Talk us through that final round and just throwing up a 72 to beat Doug and kind of continue rolling here in Phoenix.
Well, this started about a year ago when we were able to get the win here, and since then we've been on a runner-up streak, which is not a horrible problem, but when you have high expectations with your team, it's a problem that you're not getting it done on race day. So obviously Brian, ended last year, it's like, we lost a couple final rounds various ways, and then we go to Gainesville earlier this year, a couple weeks ago, against Antron and lose a good race. So it's like now we're at the point where we kind of have a little bit of that attitude into the final, and it's like we're not going to get outrun, and I have the attitude I'm not going to get treed, and we're going to hope the track will hold the tune-up because we're not going to get beat. So running AJ and Doug in the final, what they're capable of. Obviously, they're one pit away, and we share a lot of information. So with their run they made in the semis, and with our run we made only going 83, we knew, we were the ones that had to step up. So we kind of threw the kitchen sink at it, and Brian said, I'm going to try to get this thing go low 370s, and I said, okay, well, I'll try to be 50s on the tree, and it should be a good race. So it was, and it's kind of neat when everything plan comes together, right? So it's just happy for the guys.
Absolutely, Phil.
You talked about that you didn't get any wins that were last year, but you were in the championship, right? So that thing happened in Las Vegas. What motivation did you draw from getting that close to start this year?
Yeah, I mean, even with what happened in Vegas, we still go to Pomona and we still have a chance for the championship, and losing second round to Antron.
Better if you won that round.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. So I try, it was a tough situation. So for me personally, try not to hang your head on that, because that's always in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and that stuff will just eat your life for the rest of your life. So at that point, it's just kind of, last year is last year, and take everything I can and learn from it, and then kind of push all the rest of that away. So obviously now, new year, and we have the motivation that we have a championship caliber team, championship caliber car, and so it's really neat to be a driver and feel like, don't be the weak link, don't screw this up, because I have such a great opportunity with a great team.
Was that on the victory stage why you ran your drag this year on this year Firebird?
Yeah.
So, I mean, coming from back-to-back, so before back-to-back, you thought we were done. That we're going to lose the track very potentially. How special, I mean, for someone who's been here for so long in this track, how special is Firebird and this community of Arizona drag racers to the world of drag racing?
Well, like I said up there, we need to have 20 races here, because I feel like we'd have a chance at the championship. So they want to put on more races, let's do that. And it's great to see for how hot it was today. I mean, those guys and girls and everybody and all the fans, they're baking in the stands. So it's great to see how many people were here, and it was packed. I mean, we had to go the other way coming to the staging lanes because we couldn't get through all of the pits and be able to get up to the lanes in time because there's that many people. So it's good to see. It's good for the sport, and it just gives us confidence that we can hopefully keep continuing to come back here, because especially me and my team, we love coming here.
Shawn, you're on a team with all these larger-than-life characters, Connie Coletta, of course, Alan Johnson, Icon, and Brian Houston kind of like stepping out of the shadow and bursting on the scene. He's amazing. He does great interviews. He seems like a real cool character. Can you talk a little bit about him and what kind of leader he is to be able to go up against his mentor and not blink and just go right at him and win races?
Honestly, that's why Brian and I get along so well. We from dating back to the Alan Abbey days when I drove over there, Brian was the crew chief on the car, under AJ, obviously. But we honestly just clicked from day one. I feel like how I view things and how I view my mentality on race day and how I view procedures and how I view, dealing with the team and people, and just like we agree on so many things, and it's nice to have because there's days where I have good bad days, he has good bad days, and we kind of feed off of each other. And there's days where I may be having a good day, and he may be a little behind, and he may be relying on me, but then there's days that I'm struggling and I'm relying on the car, and that's all we just kind of say every time. It's like, man, we just feed so good off each other. And he's a great leader. He's the type of guy that he could just come into a room and he can just say a couple quick things, and it's just like motivational, boom, and it just kind of creates that spark. And I kind of felt like for a few years we just didn't have that spark with the team. And Brian come in, and I mean, we had a lot of things. It wasn't just one thing. For a couple years we struggled. It wasn't just one thing. It was just a lot of things. And Brian come in, and it just kind of seemed like everybody's attitudes really changed, and chemistry changed, and everybody just kind of joined together, and one big team now. And it's just a good feeling to have. I mean, we have a great group. Honestly, it's really neat to be a part of it.
Later on this week, you're going to be playing golf with the women of the LPGA. You get to go there as a most recent race winner before Pomona. That's kind of cool, rolling into that opportunity. Are you ready for that tournament?
Nope. I golf twice a year now, so I have no confidence. So I guess we'll just swing away and see what happens. But it'll be fun.
Shawn, you're a sports fan of a lot of sports, but I know you understand streaks and how there's just kind of some magic there. Coming from the Gators to this and then going to the Winter Nationals where you've had a lot of success, do you feel a little like you've got a streak, you got some mojo going at the start of the season, points leader, all that stuff?
Yeah, and I mean, we had the same thing last year, which was great, and I feel like last year, there's a lot of firsts because a lot of things that we did was trial and error, for Brian. I feel like he's got a year under his belt, and he's just got confidence. And Brian's extremely smart, and he's extremely talented, and Brian with confidence is dangerous, and I'm just thankful that I'm on his team. So, yeah, obviously going, having the points lead and doing good at the first couple races, kind of where we were at last year, and then we kind of got into a streak of runner-up. So I think now maybe we can kind of turn the corner and just kind of hopefully continue, get some wins. It's a tough class, and you really have to be picture perfect on race day, and then you also have to have luck. I mean, really, we were there for the taking in the semis against Brittany, and probably would have lost the round if she had run. So you're spectacular when you need to be spectacular, and you're just good enough when you need to be just good enough.
Knowing your schedule and how much you're racing, do you love stretches like this where it's back to back, 3 out of the first 4 weeks of the season we're racing? You guys can kind of get into a groove, get into a rhythm. Is this what you enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been racing since the second week of January, every weekend, and I think I'm racing every weekend until probably about June.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what else am I going to do? Watch TV? I race. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy, whether it's helping someone race their cars or over the phone, or, working on somebody's car, or racing my bracket cars, or running top fuel car. I race, and that's kind of the good thing about being overseas. I really felt like coming into the season, I was over there racing for championships, leaving Pomona after racing for a championship, and then I come here and I just kind of feel like I'm just in the same mode. So I just really haven't let off since countdown to last year, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Shawn, congratulations. Picking up a top fuel win, your second straight here in Phoenix. Thanks.
Thank you.